Wow, what a stunning piece of photography. You've truly mastered the art of black and white portraiture.
Impressive composition reminiscent of Frida Kahlo's self-portraits.
How marvelous. The moment I laid my eyes on this digital masterpiece, I was captivated by its harmonious composition, the delightful interplay of symmetry and repetition.
From the Old Opera, we welcome you to Users with Talent, the show in which experts judge your pictures and works of art. Our wonderful experts are waiting for your marvelous work of art. Meet our great experts. Here is Bridget, the queen of DIY art. She runs the biggest online community in the world. Here is Jonah. She is a famous artist in the world of fine arts, and she's got a huge fan in London. King Charles himself. Kiama is a respected photographer and cameraman. He is working with many celebrities. His photographic art is exhibited in cities all over the world. Okay, folks, let's start the show. Alrighty then, we've got a brand new image that's just been submitted by the talented Leroy Skalstad. Let's give a big round of applause for Leroy. Now, Bridget, our DIY queen, what can you tell us about this picture in terms of style and technique? No spoilers on the content, though.
Wow, what a stunning piece of photography. You've truly mastered the art of black and white portraiture. A high-quality resolution makes every detail pop, and I must say, the monochrome choice is brilliant. It gives the portrait a timeless feel and intensifies the emotions captured.
Impressive composition reminiscent of Frida Kahlo's self-portraits. You've beautifully balanced the subject and negative space. Well done.
This photograph truly is a masterpiece of black and white portraiture. I admire how the artist has skillfully utilized the monochrome palette to evoke a sense of depth and timeless emotion, allowing us to focus solely on the subject's captivating expression. Composition is brilliantly balanced, with the centered subject and ample negative space guiding our eyes directly to the heart of the image. It's as if we're peering into a moment suspended in time, akin to a classic documentary or fine art piece. I must say, it's quite refreshing to see such artistic talent among our contestants here at Users with Talent.
Well said, experts. Leroy, now's your chance to pick the brains of these incredible artists. Fire away with your questions.
Chiamo, what do you think is the most impressive feature of this photo?
Well, among its many features, the most striking ones are the crisp details that bring out the subject's facial nuances, and the effective use of a plain black background which accentuates the subject's face. Moreover, the photograph's classic and candid style lends it a unique charm that sets it apart.
Bridget, what do you like most in this photo?
Oh, that's a tough question. If I had to pick one thing, I'd say the way the subject is centered and how it seamlessly blends with the plain black background. It's like the subject's face tells a whole story on its own. The use of negative space is just perfect, making the portrait incredibly powerful and engaging. But honestly, every aspect of this photo is marvelous. Just like Jonah, our art expert, and Kiamo, our renowned photographer, would agree in this beautiful opera house setting.
Jonah, do you have something to add to this photo?
No, I believe I've made my point clear. It's a striking piece, much like Kahlo's work. You've shown real skill with this photograph.
Hooray, we have another stunning piece up for discussion, courtesy of Travel Adventures. This one's caught Jonah's eye, our fine arts maestro. Jonah, could you enlighten us on the artistic approach and execution of this photograph? But remember, let's keep the subject matter a surprise.
This photo has a soothing ambience, nicely contrasting textures, and a well-executed off-center placement. It's like a peaceful snapshot from a journey. Well thought out.
In this captivating image, I see a sense of tranquility and peace emanating from the subject, who appears to be enjoying a moment of relaxation in nature. The circular towel not only serves a practical purpose, but also creates a visually pleasing contrast against the rough texture of the rocks and the smooth surface of the water. I appreciate the off-center placement of the subject, which allows for a more dynamic composition and highlights the beauty of the surrounding landscape. The blend of textures and elements gives this photo a unique style that would fit well in a lifestyle or travel magazine spread.
Great job, team. How cool are our users? Matt Bango has just submitted a new image to the show. I want to thank Matt for participation and invite Jonah to give a statement about this photo. So, Jonah, it's your go. What can you say about this photo?
Yes, this is beautiful. The balance of the elements is superb, and the lighting adds a warm glow to the scene. I especially appreciate how the silhouette of the grass draws attention to the figures in the background. It's a lovely piece. Bravo.
Well, well, well. Look who knows their stuff. You're giving me a photo critique like a pro. I love it. First of all, let's talk about the composition. The silhouette of the grass in the foreground creates a natural frame for the background elements, which is very artsy-fartsy. I mean, it's like you planned it that way or something. And don't even get me started on the placement of the figures on the horizon line. You must have studied the rule of thirds or golden triangle or something, because it adds depth and guides the viewer's eye across the image like a pro.
It is an image with a strong emotional impact. Silhouette of the grass in the foreground creates a sense of intimacy, while the placement of the figures on the horizon line adds a sense of distance and depth. Minimalist style and use of negative space enhance the emotional impact of the image, creating a sense of melancholy and longing. It's a beautiful image, simple yet powerful.
Let's hear it for the experts. Thanks, Bridget, Jonah, and especially you, Matt Bango, for addressing those direct questions to the experts.
Jonah, what is the most captivating thing in this image for you?
The silhouette of the grass. It gives the image depth and character.
Chiamo, what do you think makes this image special?
I think what makes this image special is the way it captures the essence of human emotion in a simple yet powerful way. Silhouette of the grass and the placement of the figures on the horizon line create a sense of distance and intimacy at the same time. The use of negative space adds depth and emphasizes the main subjects, making the image even more emotional. The minimalist style also helps to convey the message in a straightforward way, without too much distraction. Overall, this image is a masterpiece.
Bridget, do you think that this image is art?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely art. I mean, it's not just a photo. It's a work of art. You can tell the photographer put a lot of thought and effort into creating this image. From the composition to the lighting to the subject matter, everything is just perfect. I mean, it's not just a snapshot. It's a piece of art that tells a story. And that's what art is all about, right?
Alrighty then, we've got a fresh piece of art that's just been submitted by the talented Steve Johnson. Big thanks to Steve for sharing his work with us today. Now, let's see what our photography prodigy, Chiamo, has to say about this mysterious masterpiece before we dive into its details.
How fascinating. This abstract painting truly captures the essence of abstract expressionism. Vibrant orange and cool blue hues create a mesmerizing contrast that breathes life into the piece. I admire the boldness of your color choices and the dynamic brushwork that adds a sense of movement and energy. It's clear that you've poured your heart and soul into this artwork, allowing your emotions to guide your brushstrokes. Your work is a wonderful example of how art can evoke powerful feelings without relying on recognizable forms. Well done.
Wow, that sounds like a thrilling piece of art. Just from your description, I can imagine the canvas bursting with life and movement. The abstract composition allows each viewer to interpret it in their unique way, which is the beauty of art, don't you think? The clash of warm and cool colors is a classic technique to create depth and intrigue. I bet this painting would look stunning under the spotlights here in our opera house. It's a pity we can't see the actual painting, but thanks to you, I feel like I've got a pretty good idea of it.
It's a powerful display of emotion through color and movement, reminiscent of Kahlo's style but uniquely yours. Well done.
Well, our experts have spoken, and now it's your turn, Steve. Feel free to ask them any questions you might have or seek their valuable insights on your artwork. The floor is yours.
Jonah, what do you think about the usage of color in this image?
The color contrast is magnificent. The warm and cool tones truly invigorate the painting.
Bridget, what do you think makes this oil painting special?
Well, besides the striking color contrast and abstract composition you mentioned, I'd say the use of dynamic brushwork also adds a special touch to this oil painting. It suggests the artist's passion and energy, making the artwork even more lively and engaging. The blend of these elements creates a unique visual experience that could captivate anyone who sees it, whether they're an art connoisseur or just a casual observer. It's clear that the artist has poured their heart into this piece, and that's what truly makes it stand out.
Chiamo, as a photographer, what do you think about this oil painting?
As a photographer, I appreciate the composition and color contrast in this oil painting. Not unlike the techniques we use in photography to create depth and emotion. The abstract expressionist style is something I deeply respect, having studied the works of masters like Annie Leibovitz and Andreas Gursky. Your painting reminds me of their ability to convey a story or feeling through abstract forms and bold colors. If this were a photograph, I'd be examining the lighting and focus, but in your painting, I see an equivalent mastery of visual elements,